Thanks so much. All across Arkansas, our team is on your side, keeping you up to date with the latest on winter weather here in the metro area. It's where we find our Emma Allen, who's checking on those road conditions. Emma, tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, Isley, Kaylin, it's good to be here. We're actually off of Interstate 630 in Little Rock, a little further down than where we were yesterday. And I will say the road conditions getting here were a little bit better than what we were dealing with last night, but they're still not that good. So if you don't need to get out, definitely don't, and definitely take your time. I know RDOT is trying to keep at least one lane open on the main roads at all times so people can at least get through. You can see some people are still driving in the back, but they're definitely going a lot slower than what they would be on a normal day. And I just want to show you too. I'm only 5 foot basically, so this isn't really saying much, I guess, but the snow is going a little bit over my boots. So this is kind of what you're dealing with on some of those side roads, especially the roads that not a lot of people drive on. And underneath this is ice, and I've already slipped once today. So definitely don't get outside if you don't have to. But it does feel a little bit better outside, a little bit warmer than yesterday. But yeah, those roads are definitely still a little bit dangerous, and it could be black ice later tonight is what RDOT's warning. So definitely take your time and look out on the roads. Isley, Kaylin.
Emma, I was waiting on you to make a snow angel, but it really does take a team. So all across our coverage area, we're checking in with some of those conditions. Our Andrew Motley is out in Saline County today. Andrew, how's it looking out in Saline County?
Well, the Saline County Road Department has been hard at work. We were in Pine Bluff this morning, and driving up the I-30 corridor was by far the best cleared road we've been on. But County Judge Matt Brumley still says it's best to stay off the roads unless you absolutely have to be on them, because you may get confident getting up to higher speeds, but it's not quite there yet. And as James said earlier, the roads are going to probably freeze over tonight, and it's going to be even more dangerous tomorrow. We're here in downtown Benton, and most of the businesses are closed, as you can see. There's actually a warming center just maybe 3 minutes down the road from us at a church. About 20 or so people were able to take advantage of that last night, and it will be open again tonight because the temperatures are still going to be quite low.
Oh, Andrew, we heard that you had to learn that message about the roads the hard way today. We heard you had to get rescued. We have that video up on the screen.
Yeah, we were kind of coming up from Sheridan back to 530 to make our way around here to Benton, and we ended up getting stuck. We were still on the asphalt, just on the shoulder, but the snow was just too thick, and there was a Little Rock Fire Department firefighter that came and rescued us. His name was Byron Haley, I believe it was, Hayes, Byron Hayes, and thank you, Mr. Hayes. He's with Station 23 in Little Rock, so wouldn't be here without him.
Absolutely. Well, all of our gratitude goes to all of those who are helping keep us safe. Thanks, Andrew. Welcome back. Amid the winter weather, the Clinton National Airport is open, but many flights are being canceled by the airline. So I'm joined now by Shane Carter. Shane, I know that many flights are being canceled. How many have been canceled so far?
There have been 46 canceled so far today. The good news, we do have arrivals and departures occurring. There will be continued activity as we move through the evening, but I really think as we even go through this evening and into the weekend, we'll continue to see some impacts, although the precipitation has stopped. So that makes it very important for you to contact your air carrier for the latest flight status before you head out to the airport.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we know it's all to keep people safe, and for people having to wait long hours in the airport for maybe some delays, what are the next several hours going to look like for them?
Well, things are looking better. Thankfully, some of those passengers that were diverted to Little Rock yesterday because of bad weather in Dallas, they are starting to head out. So those are the passengers that spent the night in the terminal last night. As we move through tonight, I'm expecting conditions to be much better. As far as our airfield goes, our airfield continues to be passable. Our primary runway is primarily dry, and also our taxiways. So we'll be able to let some of our crew actually go home in the next couple of hours. We'll still keep a crew on site to hit any refreezing overnight and for tomorrow morning. But as far as overall airport conditions, things are looking much better.
That's definitely good to hear. How can passengers find out if their flight is canceled?
The best way is to download your airline's app. That will give you pretty well continuous communication as soon as the airline makes a decision whether that flight is delayed or canceled. You'll receive a notification. And then also their website is another good source for that information.
And for those locals, can they find about their flight before they risk the roads and head to the airport? Will those decisions kind of be posted on that app before they actually make their way to the airport?
That information is posted just as soon as it's available, and that's a very good idea because while conditions are great at the airport, they've been much improved over the day as far as our parking lot, our sidewalks, and then also the air carrier ramp and the runway and the taxiways. It's the roadways getting to the airport that can be dangerous. So you're right. If you do have travel reservations for tonight, tomorrow, and even into Sunday, make sure that you know the latest on your flight status before you drive to the airport.
And is there anything else you'd like to add today about airport safety or, safety of these flights?
Safety is our top priority, and that's why we start planning for winter weather in September of every year. And that's not only with purchasing new equipment, but many of our employees go to classes out of state. And then we do a lot of planning with the FAA and also our airline partners. And so as we started ramping up into this system today that we've been working on, that had been going on for a long time as far as the planning. And it certainly paid off because the airport has continued to be open and operating safely. And we expect this to continue as we go through the weekend. But one thing that you mentioned at the top of this interview, airlines do make the decision as to whether they fly or not. And there are a lot of factors that go into those decisions outside of what the current conditions are at the airport. And especially as other parts of the country will continue to see weather impacts over the weekend, that could cause some flight problems here in Little Rock. So that's why that updated information is very important.
Welcome back to Little Rock Arc. The snow has mostly stopped falling, but Arkansans across the state are making the most of their snow day.
Our Kayla Christian is in Little Rock now. Kayla, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, so right now it is definitely cold and getting a little windy, but there's still snow out here. And one thing that we're talking about today are these roads. Now, there are lots of people in neighborhoods who are talking about their roads still haven't been taken care of yet. But we talked to Little Rock Public Works and they said, oh, here goes a tear. Little Rock Public Works says that they are out here on the roads. They're actually doing the main roads right now. They have about 9 routes that they do. And so they said they've been clearing those roads right now. They've been preparing for this since back in October, so they've been working really hard. They said tomorrow would be the time that they might be able to get to those roads, those neighborhood roads, those residential areas. But if the roads do refreeze, then they're going to have to refocus on those main roads because no point of getting out of your neighborhood if you can't even drive on the main roads. So that's what they have been saying. But we went along, saw some of what they were doing. They've been doing a great job, and there have been people who have been able to drive throughout Little Rock. We've been seeing lots of cars out here being able to get out and about. So that's just something you need to be paying attention to, but they stressed very much that you need to be looking in the morning, especially for those people getting out in the morning, for the potential of there being black ice out there. So even those roads that look like they are clear might not actually be safe to drive on. So that is something that you're going to need to pay attention to, but they're working really hard even now to make sure that that's not as big of an issue in the morning. They have people 24 hours. They're doing 12-hour shifts, 50 people each, making sure that they're getting these roads clear. So just make sure that you're still driving safe. On your side, I'm Kayla Christian.
Kayla, you know it's cold when that tear starts to come out.
Yes.
Exactly.
Stay warm. Thank you so much, Kayla.
Thanks, Kayla. Yeah. Well, snow days aren't just for the kids. Across the state, snowball fights for grown-ups have been organized. I like the sound of that.
It sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
Ashley Lunningham went to one. Ashley, let's take a peek.
Yeah, guys, I'm here in the parking lot in Hot Springs where the snowball fight is going right now. We've got several people out here who are, throwing those snowballs. It's really good snow. It's packed really. Throw it at me. I guess I'm in it. And so it's really good packed. And it kind of hurts a little bit, but it's fine. They're making the most out of this snow day, and I'm going to join in on the action. As far as roads and conditions and things like that, it's still a little slushy out there. Of course, it's going to get worse as the night goes on, so be aware of that. But for now, we will play a snowball fight. Back to you guys.
I think Ashley may be enjoying this snow day more than everybody else. Between the skies and roads, Channel 7 is keeping a close eye on travel safety today. Let's take a look at the RDOT iDrive Arkansas map. They've continued to keep Arkansans updated since the start of snow falling. And RDOT's Dave Parker is joining me now. Dave, are roads clearing up more as the day goes on?
Yes, much improved. A lot of improvement. A lot of work has been accomplished since 9, 10 o'clock this morning. We got a little bit of sunshine, kind of broke through certain parts of the state. Not for a long time, but enough to help us out. So I feel much better about the way things are. Now we're looking toward tonight, and it will refreeze. Whatever's melted today is going to refreeze. So we'll be treating the roads with rock salt to kind of break up that ice as best we can. But it's going to be a little tricky tonight and tomorrow morning as well, because tomorrow morning is going to be much, much colder.
And do you have any words of encouragement or tips for people that have to get out tomorrow morning after that freeze lets up maybe a little bit?
It's going to be really cold, so definitely bundle up if you have to get out there. Just, be smart about it. I know it's Saturday. People, probably cooped up for a little bit, want to get out. It's going to be a little better weather-wise once the day rolls on, but just be smart. The main roads should be okay. There's still going to be some ice out there. Secondary roads, also, in decent shape across the state, but just be smart about it and maybe allow just a little more time and don't get in any rush.
A lot of people in Arkansas don't really know how to drive in the snow. Is there something you're seeing a lot in the different accidents that are out there?
I can't, I think mainly what we saw is people just drive too fast. They think that they, times today's we a clear stretch of interstate or highway, and then a person would speed up to their normal speed, but then there'd be a small patch of ice or snow out there, and they'd hit that and they'd end up in the ditch. So again, just we got to get through tonight. We've got tomorrow, and then I think by Sunday we'll really make a lot of progress and things will almost be back to normal. Still going to be bitter cold, forget about that.